she quit. She hit that right straight to that pylon with some amazing speed that was impressive as her strength and as she went straight into the end zone on that touchdown play. We have a very versatile player there.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that's going to be a big hit for the Vixen if she can't continue to play. She's getting up slow, but we're going to see if she can walk off under her own power here. It looks like she's being helped.
Well, let's hopefully the training staff could see what's going on and tend to her needs, because she is a big part of that Vixen offense. And we But we are sitting here at about 3rd and 9 at the 46 for the Storm. The Storm are pretty consistently running the ball. We'll see if they turn this into a passing down with 9 to go. But as you saw in the last one, that was Chelsea Foker. She ran for 9 yards and got it up the middle. So
right,
they're going to keep us guessing.
Hey, and they always do. You never know who's going to be in that backfield or what's going to happen. I do see Amber Marcucci is lining up there on the outside, so we may see a pass here from the Storm.
All right, we have Etchen in the shotgun again. We have Felker to her left. Adams in the slot. 3rd and 9. Here comes our shotgun snap. Pass was intended to Felker. It's like a bootleg left, and they were trying to give Felker some room to run.
Well, Samantha Barber was in that backfield within a second. I mean, she was rushing right up the middle and was right there in Mo Etchen's face. There was just no room for her to run there.
Storm look like they're in a punting formation. Punter is going to be number 14, Adams. All right, here comes the snap from the Storm. Running to the right. Rugby-style kick. It's a short kick, and it's going to roll out of bounds right around the 32-yard line, and that's where the Vixen are going to start with their second offensive series.
Well, that was only the Storm's second punt of the season for 19 yards. And that is actually Allison Adams' longest recorded punt, excuse me. You know, you'll often see them do that, especially in the WFA, where they'll take the snap and look to run, and if it's not there, then they will make the decision to punt it. So,
give themselves some options. That's the name of the game. Try to put yourself in a place where you can possibly make a play. But we're going to go ahead and shift gears and have Erin Kelly for the Vixen in the shotgun once again. Trips to the right. Looks like it's going to be a handoff on the middle to number 35, Haas.
Yeah, Jessica Haas in for Grace Cooper. I'm wondering what the severity of that injury for Grace is over there. Obviously, it's severe enough that she's not going back in the game. So,
well, we'll keep an eye out that for her. Wishing her all the best in a speedy recovery. Hopefully, she can get back in this game.
Right.
But we're going to have 2nd and 7. Once again, Erin Kelly in the backfield shotgun formation. Gets the snap. Looks like it's going to keep it herself off the left-hand side, running to about the 40.
Yeah, she looked like she was swallowed up there by number 28, Alyssa William. The more I watch Alyssa William, the more I like what I'm seeing. She's making a lot of plays out there on defense, and she's not looking too bad on offense either. So
sounds like whenever there is a tackle, she's not far behind.
Yeah.
So once again, the Vixen are going to be in their huddle, breaking the huddle at this moment in the shotgun formation. Kelly back. 3rd and 3 to go. Receives the snap. Passing.
And what a bullet.
That was an impressive catch. It's going to be good for a first down right at the 46-yard line. I wasn't even sure that got caught there for a second. That went right in.
Well, she was practicing those throws there on the sideline in pregame, like we were discussing earlier, and so I was expecting to see something like that. She's got a quick release and a nice strong arm. So
it's another first down for the Vixen, looking to cross over into Storm territory at the 45. Kelly once again in the shotgun, surveying the field. Calls for the snap. Is going to hand it off right down the middle to number 15, Nunez. Correction, Haas again. We have an injured Storm in the backfield, but that run went across the midfield to the 41. Going to be another first down for the Vixen. Got an impressive offensive start here for the Vixen.
Numbers 32, Sandra Mitrovic, and number 40, Stephanie Atkinson, check into the game.
We have some whistles before the snap here.
Looks like some confusion down on the field.
I think they were just trying to get the change, right? But we got Kelly in the shotgun snap. Looking to throw once again. Going deep. Pass was intended for number 82, Griffin.
Well, and Aaron Kelly had all the time in the world back there to make that throw, but Cassie Macias-Hicks just played great defense there at safety. The Baby Badger is showing her stuff.
Correction, that was number 61, Anderson. But as she'd be able to rope that in, she was gone.
Right.
So it looks like the Vixen game plan is seemed to be working. See what the Storm is going to do to answer on defense. Kelly once again in the shotgun snap, motion to the left. Tosses to number 35, Haas on the left-hand side. Makes a nice little move and then tackled by the Storm right at the 36.
Yeah, number 11, Sarah Anderson on that tackle. And Maddie Birdie, number 20, checks into the game for number 32, Sandra Mitrovic.
We got about 3rd and 5 for the Vixen. They're going to keep us guessing on if they're going to throw the ball or run the ball. But we have Kelly in the shotgun. Calling for the snap. Run is up the middle. And that seems to be Griffin, the ball carrier for the Vixen. Now, she wasn't even touched for a while. That's some good offensive blocking there.
Right. Well, you saw Jessie Felker get in the backfield real quick, and she just ran right past her. And even Sarah Colangelo couldn't bring her down. You see Cindy Pita down there on the field trying to amp up her defense.
All right, Vixen are once again in the shotgun. We have Griffin there in the backfield to the right. Once again, we have Griffin, the ball carrier.
And Jessie Felker brought her down by her ankle, just barely making the stop.
But effective for only making it a 1-yard gain, so I think the Storm will take it.
Well, she's quick off the line, and that's why they like to put her there on the edge.
So we're going to have about 2nd and 9 here for the Vixen.
Looks like number 33, Sandra Mitrovic, checks in for Maddie Birdie.
The Vixen break the huddle once again in the shotgun formation. Waiting to receive the snap. Looks to hand it off, but keeps it, then throws, trying to fit it in a small window there. It's number 61, Anderson again. Just missed her by an inch.
Well, she was trying to throw. It looked like almost off that back foot, and I think that she just struggled to get the ball in the right spot. She was leading her receiver, but just led her a little too far.
So you're saying if she would have set her feet, we were going to complete that pass?
I think she would have, but I think rolling out to your left like that makes it tough.
So this is going to bring up 3rd down. Storm trying to pump up the crowd here. Give a little life to that defense.
And what an impressive crowd it is, by the way.
Vixen in the shotgun. Haas to the left. 81 in motion. It's going to hand off to Haas running on the right-hand side. Makes a couple people miss. And then brought down by the jersey at the 19.
Brought down by number 8, the Baby Badger, Cassie Macias-Hicks.
What a great nickname that is.
Right?
I'm jealous. Still going to bring up 4th down for the Vixen. Can the Storm stop them here?
You know where she gets that nickname is Tyrann Mathieu.
She all over the field like he is?
Oh, yeah.
All righty. And the snap. Kelly looking to pass. Passes it to Anderson. Did she bring it in?
It looked like the ball was bobbled, but she pulled it in. It looks like
they're signaling that it's going to be 1st and goal at about the 3.
And I don't have an 81 here on my roster, do you?
I do not. So that's very possible it was 61 Anderson.
It looks like it's 81 on the back of her jersey. I'm not sure. Not sure who that is.
Kelly waiting to receive the snap. Hands it off to Haas, running up the middle, and that's going to be a touchdown. But before we put any points on the board, there is a flag right around the line of scrimmage. That usually means holding.
And we also have a couple Storm players on the ground here. They're getting up, but they're getting up slow.
Looks like the penalty is going to be against the Vixen. Home crowd definitely likes that call because that just wipes off 6 points off the board. Looks like it was going to be a holding penalty by the yardage that they went back. So it's going to be 1st and goal from the 12. We're approaching the end of the first quarter. We have 3 seconds left on the clock. This is probably going to be the last play of the first quarter here. Vixen breaking the huddle. Kelly back in the shotgun. Haas to her left, surveying the field. And the snap. The toss is to Haas off the left-hand side. Makes a couple of players miss. Brought down inside the 10 at about the 9. But that's going to be the last play of the quarter.
Yeah, that was a great team effort by Jesse Felker and Cassie Macias to bring her down and stop that score. So, folks, we're going to head to commercial, so we will be right back.
See you on the other side.
Remember going to the fair as a child?
Drop my wallet.
Well, Brights Delights Food Truck is here to fill some of your fair food cravings.
I would appreciate tips, but you don't have to tip me yet.
I thought he was getting up. Let's get stats on Felker and Haas. Number 1 for the Storm and 35 for the Vixen.
Do a little comparison as we get back in.
Yeah. $35. Maybe. It definitely says 91 on the back, but it could, well, I don't know.
D-line, that probably wouldn't be a...
Yeah, sometimes they don't update their rosters.
Yeah, that's fair. We do that.
Yeah.
High school level often.
Yeah, it happens.
Jersey rips, and then they become another number.
Yeah. It's tough when you got to fundraise, all your own money.
Right.
For it. So.
And jerseys are not cheap.
No, that's for sure. Thank you. Any scores? Does Barbara have a score? No. Grace Cooper has the only score. Can you get me give me 42 yards, please, for the Vixen?
And we're back here at Foster Field. We're going to go ahead and get the second quarter underway with the Vixen 8-0, threatening here to increase their score. Because we have Kelly and Haas in the backfield, which has been pretty consistent on this drive for the Vixen. Sees that looking to throw, And that pass is complete to number 81, and that's a touchdown for the Vixen.
Oh, and a flag on the field. Late flag.
Yeah, that was late. That was after they were already celebrating, so you got to wonder if that's unsportsmanlike conduct or an after the play penalty.
Well, while we wait for the call, let's get some stats here. So, number 35, Jessica Haas, is sitting at about 20 rushing yards at the moment. 42, Grace Cooper, with the only score of the game so far, pending this rush.
Looks like they're going to wave off that penalty. They're going to pick it up, and they're going to call it a touchdown for the Vixen, so it's going to stand.
Grace Cooper with 19 yards, and for the Storm, Jessie Felker with 12.
Vixen are trying to look into increase their lead by going for 2, which is pretty common here in the WFA. Not a whole lot of extra points getting kicked usually. They break the huddle. The Vixen are lining up in their traditional shotgun snap. Kelly with Haas onto her left. 3 receivers ready to run. Haas going up the middle. Oh, it's going to be close. The officials are running in, and they're going to say it's no good. The Storm stopped them.
Beautiful stop there by number 11, Sarah Anderson.
Let's go ahead and see if that can create some momentum here for the Vixen. With that defensive stop, could that charge the offense and get them back into this game? Already down 2 scores.
So we do have an update on number 81. That is Jackie Radford that we were looking at.
Well, Jackie Radford's having a heck of a day so far. Clearly have some chemistry going for the Vixen.
Well, the Storm are down by 2 scores here. Let's see how they respond. I do see Jasmine Plummer down on the field. She is wearing her street clothes, so it looks like she won't, the 1,000-yard rusher won't be joining the team for the game today.
So Williams ready to go ahead and kick it off once again for the Vixen. It's looking like it's going to be out of bounds, and that's going to be a penalty. So the Storm are going to go ahead and, I believe, get it at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, great starting field position for the Storm. Let's see if they can capitalize on it.
Well, with a goal line stop there on the 2-point try, that can definitely energize a team. So once again, the Storm huddle up, getting the right play to get that offense back in it.
You know, I wonder in this second quarter if we'll see some pass plays. I don't see anybody. Oh, I do see Amber Marcucci out wide.
Looks like Felker's going to receive the snap. She does receive the shotgun snap, but we got some penalty on the field. It's going to be a false start call against the Storm. It's going to back them up 5 yards.
Well, Jessie Felker tried to take that snap out of the Wildcat. That's something that the Storm are traditionally do. It's not uncommon for them to snap that ball directly to Jessie Felker. But Maddie Birdie is checking out of the game, and number 8, Cassie Macias-Hicks, is checking in.
So we have Macias, Hicks, and Felker in the backfield, once again looking to set up that Wildcat. And they hand it off to number 18, Colangelo, off the left-hand side for a great run. Pushed out of bounds around midfield.
What a great run for Colangelo. We can definitely expect to see a little bit more of that from her tonight. I wonder if they'll up her usage with Jasmine out tonight. And it looked like Jessie Felker was going to take that ball herself, and she did a great job of sneaking that pass into the hands of Colangelo.
Yeah, definitely made the right call. They're going to do the Wildcat again since they're having success. Felker underneath the center. Felker looks like she's going to keep it.
And I think she wanted to hand that ball off to Colangelo, but the Vixen were just blasted through that line, and she had to take it herself. So I think the Storm will lose a few yards there.
That was a good defensive push by the Vixen. They controlled that line of scrimmage and blew up that play quick. Michelle Etchen is going back into the game.
Checking in for Cassie Macias-Hicks, and Jesse Felker will also check out of the game.
Mo Etchen going to be in the shotgun. Receives the snap, hands it up the middle to Colangelo, hoping for a little bit more of that big play potential like they had earlier.
Yeah, and it looks like she may have lost a couple there.
It's going to be an interesting call by the Storm. Is the plan? Looks like they're going to get into a punting formation as the subs coming back in. But we do have Felker in the backfield, it looks like, so that means that anything is possible.
That is true. I have seen them line up Mo and snap it directly to Jesse anyway. So Coach Adam Barrett is a great offensive mind. And the Storm are going to go for it here on 4th down, so...
Looks like
stoppage of play.
Looks like it's going to be a delay of game against the Storm. I think they had the right play. They were going to hurry up and snap it as soon as everybody was set, but it just took a little bit too much time setting it up.
They may have also done that intentionally to give themselves a little more space here on the punt.
All right, the Storm are getting set in their punt formation. Would expect them to roll out like they did on the last punt. Try to see if they can create a matchup before they just punt the ball away. Running to our right is Adams.
Oh.
And then a big tackle by number 74 for the Vixen. That was an impressive stop by the Vixen, and they're going to go ahead and set up their offense in great field position.
Yeah, and Allie Adams took a shot on that one. She escaped one defender, tried to roll back out to her left, but it was too late at that point.
Looks at this point in the game that the Vixen are controlling the line of scrimmage. We'll see if the Storm can't do something on defense here to get a stop. Try to get their offense back on the field with 12:21 before halftime.
Well, and we haven't seen the Storm lose many games or even have to come from behind, really. I mean, they haven't lost a game since 2019 to the Cali War, so it'll be interesting to see if they can come back from this.
Kelly in the backfield getting the shotgun snap, handing it off to Haas, running off the right-hand side, turns it up, makes a couple of good moves, and then tackled right around the 20-yard line. Going to be about the 19.
Yeah, she made a nice cut up the middle before meeting Cassie Macias-Hicks.
That is some shifty running. Going to gain officially 6, I think they're going to give her in the stat sheet. Vixen once again huddling up, breaking the huddle. Spreading it out wide. Looks like we have some version of trips to the right with Kelly in the backfield. Haas to her left. And Kelly's going to keep it running off the left-hand side, but is going to be stopped by Anderson.
Well, and she fooled me. I thought that number 35, Jessica Haas, had that ball, and I think J.J. Sanchez, number 21, did as well, because she almost took her to the ground.
Brings up 3rd and about 4 here for the Vixen.
The Storm really need a stop here if they're going to get back in this game.
So what do you think they're going to break into? Is it another pass play to Radford, or is it Haas onto the left? We're going to have to find out here in just a second as Kelly is in the shotgun.
They have, let me see, they have 4 out wide.
We got a delay of game penalty against the Vixen, so that's going to back him up and hopefully give the Storm a little bit of comfort room in there, as it will be about 3rd and 8.
Well, 3rd and 8's a lot different than 3rd and 4 there, so we'll see if the game plan changes.
Kelly receives the shotgun snap, rolls to the right, looking to pass, looking downfield, and just didn't have time to complete it to Radford like she wanted.
And almost sacked there by number 11, Sarah Anderson. She was very close. She had a hand on her.
That's the kind of play that the Storm need if they're going to continue to stay in this game. It's going to bring up 4th and 8 for the Vixen, who have completed on other fourth down tries so far this game.
Let's see if they go for it here. And it looks like they will.
Haas to the left of Kelly in the shotgun, per usual. Oh, we have some whistles before. Looks like Coach wants to talk about it.
Well, obviously, we're a little disappointed that we're not going to get to see too much more of Grace Cooper. That's a big injury, definitely, for the Vixen. Bummed that we're not going to get to see Jasmine Plummer on the side of the Storm. So, those are 2 big hits. Definitely going to affect this game. I mean, if both of those players are playing, that's a whole different ball game that we're looking at here. So,
yeah, the game plan could have gone right out the window with the bathwater on this one. We'll have to go ahead and see.
Right. I mean, I definitely have to say Jessie Felker is giving us all that she's got on offense and on the defensive side. She's rushing to the quarterback on the backfield, so we'll see what happens here.
Hey, Kelly's been throwing it pretty much all over the field, but seems to have Radford her favorite target for today.
Right.
All righty, here comes that big 4th down play here for the Vixen. Kelly's going to be in the shotgun with Haas looking to her right, Looking at the matchup on the left, decides to hand. Oh, no, she's going to keep it and throw it. Oh, she had Radford there for the right, but some solid defense by the Storm.
Yeah, and Colangelo was all over her on that play.
Colangelo's been a name that we have been saying a lot today, and I have a feeling we're going to consider it a lot more.
I expect to. I expect to for sure.
Well, that was the kind of play that the Storm needed, was a turnover on downs. Let's see if their offense can feed off of that energy and get some points.
Well, and when you have the championship MVP lining up against your best receiver, that's something that you're going to want to look out for. I wonder how the Vixen are going to capitalize on that going forward.
So we have Etchen, the quarterback for the Storm, in the backfield once again. Felker to her right. Etchen back to throw. Throws it complete to number 24, Shoemaker. That was a perfect throw.
Yeah, beautiful throw by Mo Etchen. That's her first completion of the season.
And what a time to have that first completion, get that offense going a little bit. I think the crowd's going to want to see more plays like that.
If the Storm can continue to move the ball like that and throw it downfield, even with this wind, I think that they'll have a chance to get back in this game.
The run game will open up a little bit. They can go ahead if they can get that pass game open up here. Etchen in the shotgun, looking left, looking right. Gets the snap, hands it off to number 1, Felker.
Felker gets about a yard there.
Off the left-hand side there. It's going to be pretty close to the original line of scrimmage, though. We're going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Storm. The Vixen on defense are just flying to the ball.
And you would expect nothing less from a D1 team that's been in this division for so long.
That's the kind of football that is here at the pro level in the WFA. Storm break the huddle. Mo Etchen in the shotgun. Looking left, looking right. Oh, we have some penalties, some whistles before the game starts. Delay of game against the Storm. That's the 3rd delay of game penalty we've seen so far this game. Storm looking up to picking up a good chunkage of yardage here if they're going to keep this drive going on second and about 15.
And Jesse Felker in the Wildcat.
Snaps it, throws it right back. A great pitch. Great decision to go ahead and give that ball back to Colangelo as she cuts it up the middle.
And again, we see Colangelo on a trick play making the big runs.
And Felker just threw that or tossed that at just the perfect moment.
Yeah, she took a big shot after pitching that ball.
Looks like there's going to be a sideline warning, but it's still going to be a first down for the Storm.
Mo Etchen checks back into the game here, and Sarah Colangelo is checking out.
Mo Etchen in the shotgun with Felker to her right. Wing T to the left formation. Hands it off to number 1 Felker, who's going to go ahead and get about 2 yards on the play with that run up the middle.
Well, Colangelo checks back into the game, along with Cindy Pita, Amber Marcucci, and Cassie Macias Hicks.
Colangelo's been a big part of the Storm offense to this point. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to give her more of the ball to keep that momentum going, get some points on the board.
Right, and Mo Etchen has checked out of the game, so Jesse Felker is back there to receive the snap.
That looks to be a false start as there was multiple movements. I'm not sure if the center was ready to snap the ball when the rest of the team was ready to go.
I'm not sure who else moved on that play, but I did see Cindy Pita start to motion there.
I feel like there was multiple Storm players moving on that play.
We're looking at about 2nd and 13 here.
Felker running with it to the right. Looks like she's going to keep it. The Storm set the edge, and Felker's just looking to turn it up, and she just keeps moving the pile until the Vixen need about 3 or 4 to bring Felker down right around the 45-yard line.
Well, she had some great blocks out there by Cindy Pita and Cassie Macias Hicks.
Looks like the Storm offense is starting to find a little bit of rhythm here in the second quarter.
Definitely want to give Lindsay Smiley a shout out on that as well. She had some great blocks up in there.
Felker's going to go ahead and head up back into the...
About 2nd and 13 here.
Felker running with it to the right. Looks like she's going to keep it. The Storm set the edge, and Felker's just...
Sarah Colangelo is in there at running back.
Felker under center for the Storm. Hands it off to Colangelo for about 3 yards on the play, maybe 2.
And the Storm are starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm here. Let's see if they can capitalize on this.
I believe this is their first trip into Vixen territory of this game.
Well, Kaylin York and Sarah Colangelo have just checked out of the game. Amber Mark about 2nd and 13 here.
Felker running with it to the right. Looks like she's going to keep it. The Storm set the edge, and Felker's just motioning Breeden to the right. Hands it off to Macias Hicks. Got to gain about a yard on the play off the left-hand side.
Well, she had a hold there for just a moment, but it closed up quick.
That's the experience of the Vixen defense. Able to go ahead and close those holes as they open up for the Storm. Storm are looking at about 3rd and 8. Felker checks back in for the Storm. We have Etchen and Felker looking like they're going to be in the backfield for the Storm, which has been a traditional combo that we've seen so far in this game. Mo Etchen looking right, looking left in the shotgun, gets the snap, hands it off to number 1 Felker, looking for her hold, running out wide, just mowing people over, trying to get as many yards as she can, and tackled right across the 40 at the 39-yard line.
Well, you have to love that physicality. You know, when you have such a physical runner like Jesse Felker, you know, that's what it takes to move those chains and get those extra 1 or 2 yards.
And the Storm are going to need to move the chains here on this 4th down. Got about 4th and 5. Storm break the huddle. We have Etchen ready to receive the shotgun snap with Felker to the left in a wing team left formation. And they're going to go ahead and give it as an end around here, but the ball comes out, covered up by Felker. Let's see where they're going to spot her. Colangelo put the ball on the ground, but thankfully Felker was there looking to turn it up, and she just keeps moving the pile until the Vixen need about 3 or 4 to bring Felker down right around the 45-yard line.
Well, she had some great blocks out there by Cindy Pita and Cassie Macias-Hicks.
Looks like the Storm offense is starting to find a little bit of rhythm here in the second quarter.
Definitely want to give Lindsay Smiley a shout-out on that as well. She had some great blocks up in there.
Felker's going to go ahead and head up back into the...
About 2nd and 13 here.
Felker running with it to the right. Looks like she's going to keep it. The Storm set the edge, and Felker's just...
Sarah Colangelo is in there at running back.
Felker under center for the Storm. Hands it off to Colangelo for about 3 yards on the play, maybe 2.
And the Storm are starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm here. Let's see if they can capitalize on this.
I believe this is their first trip into Vixen territory of this game.
Well, Kaylin York and Sarah Colangelo just checked out of the game. Amber Mark about 2nd and 13 here.
Felker running with it to the right. Looks like she's going to keep it. The Storm set the edge, and Felker's just motioning Breeden to the right. Hands it off to Macias-Hicks. Got to gain about a yard on the play off the left-hand side.
Well, she had a hold there for just a moment, but it closed up quick.
That's the experience of the Vixen defense. Able to go ahead and close those holes as they open up for the Storm. Storm are looking at about 3rd and 8. Felker checks back in for the Storm. We have Etchen and Felker looking like they're going to be in the backfield for the Storm, which has been a... Mo Etchen looking right, looking left in the shotgun. Gets the snap, hands it off to number 1 Felker. Looking for her hold, running out wide. Just mowing people over. Etchen Felker's just...
Sarah Colangelo is in there at running back.
Felker under center for the Storm. Hands it off to Colangelo for about...
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort
And another injured Storm player down there on the ground.
Sometimes these games late in the day, they can make your legs cramp up or your back cramp up, and so it's important to stay hydrated, and maybe that's what we're running into in these early moments of this game.
Yeah, number 40, Stephanie Atkinson, is slowly, looks like she's walking off the field.
Coach Minters is going to run out there for the Storm and go ahead and help her off. We got about 3:41 left in our half. Vixen are starting to threaten as they are crossed over into Storm territory. Kelly is going to go ahead and become in the shotgun formation. Receives it, hands it off to once again to Haas. Up the middle, cutting right. And then keeps fighting. I think initially she thought she put her knee down, but she kept on fighting for a couple more yards. And that looks like indeed to be the case. Right about where she put her knee down is where they're going to mark it.
And I wonder, as the Storm begin to stack up these injuries, what the severity of them are. Next week, they face the Cali War, who is another D1 juggernaut, just like the Vixen. So
Kelly in the shotgun, Haas to her left. It's a very common formation. Kelly's going to keep it running on the left-hand side and then stopped by number 18, Colangelo, in the backfield.
swallowed up is more like it.
That's a much better term. I concur. We're going to go ahead and have a timeout for the Vixen as they get to a 4th and 8. Now, if you're the Vixen, you want to go ahead and make sure that you're going to go ahead and score. But I think we're going to go ahead and go to a commercial, so we'll catch you on the way back.
All right, folks. Well, we are back. Jared Young up in the booth. And joining me is Brad Naughton. Brad?
Let's get this party started. We have 4th down, 2 minutes left. Kelly running to her right, looking to throw, looks downfield, and batted at the line of scrimmage.
And Sarah Colangelo with the big defensive play. She is all over the field tonight.
That was the kind of
That's exactly what we want to see from the Storm. Hopefully that gives them a little bit of momentum. If she had just got her hands up a little bit more, that could have been an interception.
We'll see what the Storm wants to do with 2:30 before the half and a pretty big need to get some points on the board as we go into halftime. Mo Etchen in the shotgun for the Storm. Dropping back to pass. Oh.
And that pass was just a little low to Ambra Marcucci there.
But what a move by Marcucci.
She had space downfield, but Etchen just struggled to get that ball over there.
Gonna bring up 2nd and 10 from the Storm.
We got about 2:25 here left in the second quarter. See if the Storm can make something happen here.
Etching getting into her normal spot in shotgun. Ball's to the left, hands off, goes to Colangelo. Runs off the right-hand side to the 49.
And there's a flag down on the field. We're going to see what this call is here.
Looks like it's going to be possibly offsides against the Vixen. We'll wait for confirmation.
And it is an offsides against the Vixen there, so that's going to help the Storm.
It's going to be 5 yards. Ball just crosses midfield, so we're going to start 2nd and 5 at the 49.
Let's see what the Storm have up their sleeve here.
Etchen conferring with the receivers. Felker to her right in the shotgun. Etchen receives the snap, looking to throw, rolling to the left, tosses it out there, and it's an interception by the Vixen with room. Number 27, Karshbaum, takes it to the house.
And that's a tough play there for Mo Etchen. She threw the ball right into traffic. She had 2 receivers in the area, but the Vixen were just swallowing up that ball, and there was nobody in the backfield to take her down. Mo had a shot at her, but let's see. We're going to go to replay here in just a minute.
In the meantime, it looks like the Vixen are once again going to go for 2. Got Kelly and then Griffin in the background. In the backfield. Handoff is to number 80, Griffin, up the middle, but she's met by the Storm, and the Storm are going to stop him. That's a huge group effort by that defensive line to stop the 2-point try.
Well, the Minnesota Vixen lead 20-0 here just before halftime. We'll see if the Nevada Storm can make something happen here with 1:48 left in the game. Or, excuse me, in the half.
Mo Etchen's got to shake that one off, because I think with this amount of time left, they're going to have to throw the ball again.
Well, and she had a beautiful pass earlier to Amber Marcucci. It was just a little bit short. Amber definitely can get that separation. So if Mo can get that ball down the field, they'll be in good shape.
For sure. We got Birdie back once again for the Storm.
Twice now the Vixen have kicked the ball directly to Amber Marcucci, though, so we'll see what happens here.
Once again, Williams going to be kicking for the Vixen. Looks like Marcucci's going to have it run right up the middle. A solid return for the Storm as she is tackled at the 44. Correction, that's going to be Alyssa Williams.
Yeah, a nice little return there for Alyssa Williams. Much better than the last return that we had there for the Storm. So
this is good field position for the Storm and a little bit of time to get something on the board. Who should the Storm be looking for here to make a big play?
If it's me, I'm going to say Amber Marcucci. I think that she's got the speed, she's got the hands, so.
Felker tosses it up the middle to number 64 for the Storm, Lowry. Correction, York. It's going to be a first down for the Storm. Felker once again in the shotgun, operating out of the Wildcat. He's got to pitch it up again to number 64, Lowry.
And I didn't even see her get that ball out. I thought she still had it when the defender hit her.
It's a good quick pitch. We're under a minute left here in the half. See what the Storm can do here as they break the huddle.
And they may want to consider going to a hurry-up offense here.
Etchen in the shotgun. And goes ahead and hands it off to Colangelo. And a quick timeout is called.
And Colangelo, a nice little run up to the 35-yard line. We have 37 seconds here left in the half.
It's a good first down run, and the Storm needed it.
Yeah, the Storm are on the move right now. Let's see if they can finish it off.
Going to go ahead and take this timeout to go ahead and think about what they're going to go ahead and run.
All right, folks, and we're going to go to commercial, so we will be right back.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for kids, teens, or young adults. It's just not.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals and volatile organic compounds into your body.
And nicotine, the same highly addictive substance found in regular cigarettes.
Nicotine can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
Affecting learning, memory, attention, and impulse control, and priming the brain for other addictions.
Flavors that can make them appealing to youth.
And many kids also use other drugs, like marijuana, in vaping devices.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media,
many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping, because when you talk, they hear you.
Trisha's having a sleepover tonight. Can I go?
I wonder about Lucy's friends. What should I say? I know you're only 10, but one of these days a friend will offer you a drink. And alcohol at your age can lead to so many things. None of them good.
So can I go to the sleepover?
Lucy, I want you to promise me something.
I finished my homework.
Bigger promise. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, "No thanks, not my thing."
Mom.
I promise you, your real friends won't care. Deal?
Sure.
Really?
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A public service message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
All right, folks, and we're back here.
To join us in, we got Felker in the shotgun. She's going to run left, keep it going on the left hand, turns it up. Finds a nice little hole, but it's going to be brought down around the 31-yard line.
And a good run there for Jesse Felker. The Storm are on the move here. Let's see if they can keep this momentum going.
Looks like that's going to be another timeout for the Storm.
Well, while we're on timeout, why don't we take a look at some scores? So the Arlington Impact are leading the Dallas Elite 34-7. The Iowa Phoenix are leading the Houston Power 32-0. The Austin Outlaws are leading the Tulsa Threat 20-0. Derby City Dynamite are tied with the St. Louis Slam 0-0. Capital Pioneers are beating the Portland Fighting Shockwave 16-0. Obviously, your Nevada Storm are trailing the Minnesota Vixen 20-0. Cali War beating the Arizona Outcast 41-0. And Mile High Blaze beat the Houston Energy earlier today 18-14. Brad, back to you.
Looks like we're going to go ahead and get into that Wildcat formation again for the Storm. Felker in the shotgun. Going to go ahead and receive the snap again. Snap goes to Mo, looking to throw. She's got Marcucci at a beautiful pass.
What a pass by Mo Etchen to Amber Marcucci. I told you that if Mo could just make the throw, Amber would be there. So. Let's watch this replay here.
Going to go ahead and receive the snap again. Snap goes to to Mo, looking to throw. She's got Marcucci at a beautiful pass.
What a catch by Marcucci. And that is exactly what the Storm needed to get back into this game. Oh, and it looks like they're coming back.
Not sure if there was a penalty or what as we were looking at that replay. We missed the call on the field. But Mo once again in the backfield, running to her right, looking to throw. Hit as she was thrown, though, by the Vixen.
And that's a forward pass, so the ball will go back to the Storm.
She just needed one more second, and I feel like she would have gotten it off there. We have 6 minutes left in the half. 6 seconds left in the half. Storm are looking at a 3rd and 11.
I wonder if they'll just take a knee here and head to the locker room. We'll see what happens.
You have two options. It is to take that knee or go for it all. I don't know if the Storm have a play in their arsenal that could get it caught and out of bounds and setting them up any closer. Mo receives the shotgun snap, rolls to the right. Ball is batted back to Mo, but it's going to fall as an incomplete pass.
And that's going to end the half here, folks. It looks like the Vixen have an injured player down there on the field, but we're going closer. Mo receives the shotgun snap, rolls to the right. Ball is batted back to Mo. All right out of the way.
You're not sure you're going to get to the quarterback. That's what they teach the linemen, is to put their hands up and hopefully knock that ball down, or in this case, up.
Well, the Storm are going to head to the locker room and think about what they can do to bring themselves back into this game. All right, folks, and we will be right back right after this.
Hey, Reno and Sparks. Come check out Reno's hottest new burger truck. Serving up amazing smash burgers made fresh to order. We use fresh, never frozen beef, and we cut our veggies fresh daily. Find our schedule on both our Facebook and Instagram pages. We'll post our full schedule at the beginning of the week and once again the day of. Looking forward to seeing you all soon.
All City Lawn and Landscaping and All About Cleaning Services offers landscaping and cleaning services. New installation, sod, rock, DG, irrigation, trees, plants, retainer walls, and pavers. Commercial and residential cleanings, business offices, warehouses, deep cleanings, and move-outs. Call us today for your free estimate at All City Lawn, 775-720-8794, and All About Cleaning, 775-799-0949, licensed, bonded, and insured.
I don't want to grow up. I'm basically a man-child. 2005 Burning Man. I put a single Mitsubishi 170-watt panel on the roof of my F-250, and I killed the batteries within like 15 minutes of the first time turning them on. So that's when I first got into solar. I was blown away by the customer service at Battleborn.
We want them to be happy with our product, because in the long run, they're the ones who are out there using it.
When you used to buy something American, like a car, something you knew was built really well, that's what I think of with Battleborn.
Getting closer. Mo receives the shotgun snap, rolls to the right. Ball is batted back to Mo.
You said it was on YouTube, right? Yeah. Local sports. Todd, what's it called? You gotta get Todd.
He's on the other side.
Local sports. I don't know the name. Why are we not? Todd, what's the name of it again? Local sports program. It wasn't in the comments. Oh. Oh, wait. Are they in the back? Wait.
Hey, Reno and Sparks. Come check out Reno's hottest new burger truck.
Looking at the number one cause of lung cancer. That's why the Surgeon General issued this warning. Now you're looking at the number one cause of lung cancer for non-smokers. That's why the Surgeon General issued this warning. Radon is an invisible radioactive gas that seeps inside your home from underground. Whether you smoke or not, radon can cause lung cancer. Protect your family. Have your home tested. Call 1-800-SOS-RADON. Radon problems can be fixed.
If you talk and they will hear you.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy. So we show them how. And we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. Not just one time, but every chance we get. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids not only need to know the dangers and how to avoid them, they need to hear it often from you. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids and guide them through the challenges of growing up safe and healthy. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
So talk, they hear you. You can do it if you try.
Hey, football fans, Brian Sweeney, the voice of the Women's Football Alliance Pro Division National Championship game. Catch me here every Saturday up until July 10th with The Road to Canton. We have in-depth interviews, game highlights, and we preview the game of the week. That's Road to Canton right here, Saturday mornings on CSTV Roku.
comfortable shotgun snap with Felker to her right. Here's the snap. Hands it off to Felker, who's going across the formation over the left-hand side and imposing her will down to the 29.
She found a nice hole there. There weren't many blockers on the outside, but she took the little cut back inside, and that was exactly what she needed.
That was a good quality 6-yard pickup on the first offensive possession here of the second half. Storm are going to need more plays like that. Etchen going ahead and getting to her shotgun staff. Felker to her right. Hands it off to Felker, who's running right up the middle. And once again, another commanding run. It's going to be a first down for the Storm.
And it looks like number 37, Becky Bodley, is checking out of the game.
Mo in her shotgun formation. Looking left, looking right. Gets the snap, gives it to number 1, Felker, who continues to run, although she's met by the D-line of the Vixen.
Yeah, and she really hit a wall there. I wonder how much longer she can take this kind of production, because she's getting up slower and slower, it seems like, after each hit.
Well, she is trying to enforce her will. Very powerful running, and that can leave a toll on the body. She's going to go ahead and get a breather here on this play.
And it looks like Macias Hicks, who suffered a small injury earlier in the game, is going to check back in the backfield.
And she does get the handoff from Mo off the right-hand side. Mo Etchen, the quarterback, gives it to Macias Hicks, getting pretty close to the 21-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6, possibly a short 7. Looks like we have an injured Vixen on the field there.
And if I am correct, that looks like it's number 46, Lee Moan. 48, excuse me, Jody Relander. And just to bring it back to earlier today, we had an injury on the Storm. We were not able to give you that number and player. That player was number 42, Andy Jackson. And we're back, folks. I'm not sure if you caught the end of what I was saying there, but a player from earlier that we were not able to give you the name of that was carted off the field was number 42, Andy Jackson. So Andy Jackson will not be returning in this game.
And number 48, Raylander, went off on her own power and is trying to stay warm there on the right-hand side. So we have a penalty here to start this 3rd down.
And Jessie Felker's in there at the quarterback position. Mo Etchen looks like she has checked out.
It's going to be against the Storm, a false start. Storm really need to stop committing these penalties.
Right. These are costly penalties, and they're really hurting them.
Felker receiving the shotgun snap is going to hand it off to number 18, Colangelo. And Colangelo is met by the Vixen. It's going to lose a couple on the play to bring up 4th and 12. Jared, is this a must score for points or for this Storm team?
At this point, I would say that every drive is a must score. I can't see a scenario where every drive isn't a must score when you're down 20-0.
Looks like we have Felker in with her normal Wildcat, but coach is going to go ahead and say he wants to talk about this important play before we move forward. So we have a timeout by the Storm.
All right, folks, so we're going to head to commercial while they take this timeout, and we'll be right back.
We all make choices. When it comes to alcohol, kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, have a seat for a second. Remind me about that party again?
Alex is just...
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. They want guidance and honest answers to their questions. And it makes a difference when the message is consistent and part of everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
At Northern Nevada Chiropractic, our philosophy is an alternative to invasive medicine is the best medicine. One of the best things we employ at Northern Nevada Chiropractic is that we have multiple different options for treating the patient. We have pregnancy care, we have sports med, we have spinal decompression. We don't just treat everyone the same way. There's no cookie cutter way of treating a patient.
All right, folks. Well, we are back. Mo Etchen checked in at quarterback.
For this important fourth down play, she is in the shotgun, looking to pass, dropping back, rolling to her left. Pass was intended for number 64, but it falls incomplete, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, that's a tough break for the Storm. If she had caught that ball and was able to turn it upfield, I think that she might have at least been able to get close to that first down line.
Yeah, that would have been a big catch for Lowry if she could reel that one in. But the Vixen hold tight, and they're going to go and take over on offense.
And the Storm have to get a stop here. They have to get a stop here. If Minnesota scores, that's going to be demoralizing for the rest of this half.
Kelly's going to go ahead and line up in the shotgun, per usual, surveying the field, looking for the snap. Passes it off to the left-hand side. Storm swarm to the ball, though, and stop him at the line of scrimmage.
And some good play action there from the Vixen. We haven't seen much of that tonight.
It's going to be up 2nd and 8 for the Vixen. Shotgun formation from Kelly with Haas to her left. And Haas is going to keep it up the middle. But the Storm defensive line stop her, maybe a gain of 2.
Well, and a nice stop there by number 33, Jordan Henderson.
Now, this is the more like the Storm defense than we're used to seeing.
Correct. If they can continue to stack that box, I think they'll be all right.
Kelly in the shotgun with Haas to her left. Receiving the pump fake, throw to the left. Jackie Radford, the receiver.
And that's going to be another first down for the Vixen. Nice tackle made by Jesse Felker, but it just wasn't enough to keep her from the sticks.
The Vixen really have that connection going strong, as we've seen multiple targets there. Vixen are going to spread it out once again. Kelly in the shotgun.
And Griffin takes the ball.
Griffin, the running back, is going to go ahead and get to right about the 41. Going to go ahead and call it a gain of 2.
Tackles made by Darnell Mute and Cindy Pita, number 99.
Once again, the Vixen are in their shotgun offense with Griffin in the backfield to the right of Kelly. And they hand it off to to Griffin, who was tackled right at the 45-yard line.
Nice little 5-yard gain by Griffin as she checks out of the game. And number 35, Jessica Haas, checks back in.
The offense for the Vixen has been firing on all cylinders. Their run game, their pass game. They're starting to get the Storm on their heels a little bit.
Well, the Storm's going to need something big to get back into this.
Kelly in the shotgun, waving player in motion. And it goes to the motion player, shaking a couple Storm tackles. And then tackled, that was Jackie Radford for the Vixen, right about midfield.
And 2 missed tackles there by the Storm. Those were critical, both of those in the backfield.
Yeah, they could have had the Storm could have had a chance to stop her with a good loss.
Could have been 4th and 7 instead of 4th and 2, and let me tell you, that is a big deal.
But
4th and 1.
Some fierce running by Jackie Radford, though.
Oh, definitely. Well-designed play by the Vixen as well.
Here we come up with a 4th and 1 for the Vixen. Storm need to stop, and the Vixen need to get a conversion. Handing it off to Hosta in the middle. And it's going to be close, folks. Stopped by the Storm right at the line of gain.
We'll see where they spot the ball here. And looks like they're going to give it to her.
It's going to be a first down for the Vixen at midfield.
J.J. Sanchez, number 21, checks out of the game.
Kelly running into the huddle. Staying in her shotgun, Haas to her right. And the ball is on the ground. It was a beefed exchange.
And Carrie Mackey recovers the fumble.
It's going to be a first down for the Storm. That's what they needed. A second straight turnover for the Vixen. We didn't see that at all in the first half.
That's 2 turnovers, yeah.
But the Storm, they need to get something going here. They need to get it in the end zone. Right? And the ball is on the ground. It was a beefed exchange.
And Carrie Mackey recovers the fumble.
It's going to be a first down for the Storm. That's what they needed. Marcucci's going to take the direct step, running off to her right, looking to try to turn the corner. And just a physical run to about the 43. It was a direct snap to Marcucci.
And I wonder if we'll see a little bit more of that because Marcucci has some wheels on her. She's very explosive off the line there.
Felker checking back in for the Storm.
Marcucci's going to get a breather.
Felker looking like she's going to take the direct step and keeps it. Running right up the middle to about the 37-yard line. Signaling a first down for the Storm. Birdie checking in for the Storm as Hicks is going to get a breather. Felker still looking like she's going to operate the Wildcat formation. And Felker's going to keep it running up the middle.
Looks like about a 5-yard gain there for Jessie Felker. She had some nice blocks there up the middle. And Felker's going to check out. We're going to see Alyssa William and looks like Cassie Macias Hicks check back in along with Stephanie Atkinson. Maddie Birdie has also checked out of the game, number 20.
Marcius Hicks looks to be receiving the shotgun snap for the Storm. And she's going to keep it running around the left-hand side.
And a beautiful run by Alyssa William there, number 28, all the way up to about the 30-yard line. She's going to be about 2 yards short of the first down.
Felker going and checking back into the huddle. And is going to go ahead and continue the trend of the Wildcat on this drive.
3rd and 2 here for the Storm.
Felker waiting to receive the shotgun snap and keeps it as she runs to the right. Correction. Colangelo there was the keeper. That was a great play. It faked me right out.
Yeah, it had me as well. It didn't look like the ball was snapped, but I didn't see where it was snapped to.
Yeah, that was a great play design there.
Yeah, we're starting to see the great offensive mind of Coach Adam Barrett.
And the Storm are starting to drive here late into the 3rd quarter, but they still need to put points on the board as they still trail to 20 points to the Vixen.
Well, Amber Marcucci and Maddie Birdie are lined up in the backfield.
And Birdie's going to go ahead and keep it, and off the right-hand side, lowers the shoulder. And she's going to pass the 20 to the 19.
For about a six-yard gain there.
The running attack for the Storm has been doing in this quarter what they normally do, which is a solid run game.
Right, and the rookie and the international transfer are really taking control of this offense right now.
Once again, Felker is going to go ahead and run that Wildcat. And then a handoff up the middle.
And another fake there to Sarah Colangelo.
That play seems to be working. That's the second time they've run.
A Hall of Fame type game as Cahill keeps the ball herself. Eludes a couple tackles. She's on her way to the end zone. Nobody else there. Ball is handed off to Cooper. Cooper gets enough for the first down. Cooper finding her way. She's down to the 10, the 5, and she's in. Gets a hole. Finds enough for the first down. Breaks a couple tackles. She's only got one person to beat. She's going to be in for a Minnesota Vixen touchdown.
Hey, football fans, Brian Sweeney, the voice of the Women's Football Alliance Pro Division National Championship game. Catch me here every Saturday up until July 10th with The Road to Canton. We have in-depth interviews, game highlights, and we preview the game of the week. That's Road to Canton right here, Saturday mornings on CSTV Roku.
Taking
Literally are checking out.
Macias Hicks looks like she's going to go ahead and receive the shotgun snap. Correction, Felker takes it, trying to find a crease, trying to turn it up. And that stout Vixen defense.
Looks like about a gain of 1 maybe on that run.
It's going to bring up 3rd and goal for the Storm with a little over a minute left in the 3rd quarter.
Well, Jesse Felker is staying in, excuse me. Cassie Macias Hicks and number 40, Stephanie Atkinson, are checking out, while Maddie Birdie checks into the game, and Becky Bodley as well, number 37.
Injury timeout, it looks like, on the field.
Is that it looks like another Vixen down on the field. That is like the 5th injury for the Vixen tonight. Well, folks, penalties have been one of the stories of this game. Not the only story, but it's definitely had an effect. The Storm, 4 penalties for 20 yards. Minnesota with 3 penalties for 25. And injuries as well have been the story of this game.
That's not how either one of these coaches drew this up when they started the game. Penalties and injuries. It's not a good recipe for a football game.
I can't imagine. And it's a disservice, I think, to the fans that we didn't get to see 2 of the greatest running backs in the WFA right now, Jasmine Plummer and Grace Cooper.
Yeah, we really hope both of them a fast recovery, as they both have big contests next week, and their clubs really rely on those star running backs.
Right, most definitely. Well, it looks like the injured Vixen player is heading off the field under her own power. It's 96, Cynthia Bryant. And we'll see what happens here as Jessie Felker and Maddie Birdie line up in the backfield.
Possible confusion over the spot or play clock here, but we're going to go ahead and whistle. Felker's going to go ahead and take the shotgun snap. She's going to keep it. Bears are head straight ahead, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Storm. Jessie Felker.
And Jessie Felker with her 2nd touchdown of the season.
And that's exactly what the Storm needed.
To get back into this game, you betcha. 36 seconds left here in the 3rd period as the Storm get ready to go for 2.
And per usual here in the WFA, they are going to go ahead and go for 2. Don't see very many PATs. And the Storm are going to turn it upfield, pushing those legs. It's going to be a close. Field.
Well, I can't see the number on the player, but she looks like she is in very serious pain down there, folks. Well, 36 seconds left on the clock in this 3rd period. The Storm finally on the scoreboard with the score of 20-6 Vixen.
It was nice to see that the Storm actually getting their offense going. We've heard a lot about the Storm offense, especially that power running game.
You could see Jasmine Plummer down there on the field. Jasmine, who last season had over 1,000 yards, was hoping to go for 2,000 this next season, but she is actually nursing an ankle injury, as you can see with that boot right there on the left ankle. She is vital to this offense, folks. So when you see a score like that, it is not reflective of the entire team. I can promise you that. In her first game, she had 139 yards on just 15 carries.
Was really looking forward to seeing her rush tonight. But again, we just wish her a speedy recovery with that ankle.
Most definitely.
So it looks like the injured Storm player is helped off of the field. So we're going to go ahead and have the Storm kick off here shortly. See if the Storm defense can pick up where they left off. Or if that Vixen offense that was deadly in the first half will find their swagger here in the almost fourth quarter.
Amber Marcucci, number 86, out there to kick off for the Storm. It's like the PA announcer can read my mind.
Samantha Barber back for the Vixen, and she is deadly with the ball in her hands. And there's the kick. And I'm pretty sure that is a live football, folks. So since Birdie picked up that football, that's going to be 1st and 10 for the Storm.
And it must have been touched there by the Vixen. I didn't see the touch on the ball, but it must have because Birdie picked it up and the refs signaled Storm ball.
I'm pretty sure that a kickoff is it's a live football, and we're seeing that real time, a kind of a special teams mix-up there for the Vixen.
And we're going to get a replay here in just a moment. We'll see how that play developed. What a play for the rookie, Madison Birdie, number 20.
Mo Etchen lining up in the shotgun here. Felker to her right. And she's going to give it to Felker with a nice hole up the middle.
Nice little 5-yard carry there by Jessie Felker. And the Storm seem like they're hitting a groove here.
They are back in business, especially if they can put some more points on the board here.
They're only down by two possessions, so let's see if they can get back into that Vixen red zone.
That's right, but with 8 seconds left, we'll see if they're going to get a playoff here in time. Etchen looking, waiting to receive it, and it does. A bad snap, and Felker can just dive on it.
And a high snap, and Jessie Felker took that ball, but when she hopped on top of it, she took a shot, and she is still down. She has been taking hard hits all night long. And you see Coach Adam Barrett headed out there. I wonder if she's going to be able to make it back up. And it looks like she does. And she's walking off under her own power, folks. So I think we're going to be okay. Well, we're going to head to commercial break, folks, so we'll be right back.
I don't want to grow up. I'm basically a man-child. 2005 Burning Man. I
off from Etchen. It's going to be 4th and 14.
And we have another injured Vixen down there on the field, folks. Wow, that has just been the story of these games today, folks.
Well, it's been some hard-hitting football.
Right. And, you know, to the Storm's credit, regardless of the score, they have held the Vixen to less points than any team this season. I mean, the Vixen blew out the Iowa Phoenix 55-0, and then beat the St. Louis Slam 41-6. So, I mean, for all intents and purposes here, the Storm's defense is holding up.
They got to be very happy with the way they're playing. I know that their offense would like them to kick in gear a little bit, but 90 points in 2 games, and then today there's only 20. That's an impressive feather in the cap for the Storm.
I would have to say so.
Etchen going ahead and getting back into her shotgun formation with Felker to her right on this 4th and 14. Here's the snap. Lowry off the left-hand side. He's going to get over to the 43.
And a nice run there for Reese Lowry to get him back within the sticks.
But that's going to be a turnover on down and a good defensive hold by the Vixen. We haven't seen their offense be as potent here in the second half.
Well, they've had 2 turnovers in this half so far. So we'll see here if the Storm defense can get the ball back once again.
The Vixen break the huddle with Kelly and Haas in the backfield, the duo that's been doing it all game long. And it's given to Haas. Makes a good couple cuts, but it's going to lose a yard on the play.
And tripped up there by number 1, Jesse Felker.
Felker's been everywhere today, folks.
And that'll be for a loss of a yard, it looks like.
Vixen break the huddle with Kelly in shotgun, Haas to her left. Looking at the coverage, gets the shotgun snap, looking to throw, and just barely got it away.
And that ball came out, but it looks like it's going to be an incomplete pass. Nice hit by number 1, Jesse Felker, to knock that ball out, because it looked like she had that ball in the bag.
The Storm with some great pressure up the middle so that Kelly could not set up her throw like she wanted to.
And Jackie Radford almost had that ball. She had it in her hands. And Jesse Felker just came up and popped it right out.
Great defensive play there for the Storm. It's going to be 3rd and 11 for the Vixen. Kelly in the shotgun with Haas to her right. Rolling to the right, looks to throw. Wide open is Barber. Good catch, dragged down by the Storm inside the 20.
And Alyssa Williams was there, but she just turned the wrong way. She turned inside instead of turning out. And if she had and got that hand up, I think she would have had that ball.
But that was a great pitch and catch there for the Vixen. Puts them in the red zone for the first time this quarter.
Most definitely, and a great catch by Samantha Barber.
Vixen break the huddle. Kelly and Haas in the backfield in a shotgun formation. Ball is handed off to Haas, who makes a cut, makes another cut up the middle, still going. And that's a touchdown for the Vixen.
And number 35, Jessica Haas, she's slippery.
Those were some amazing cuts.
You see players diving left and right, but she's just so quick with her feet.
It was a great run, great play design there, and an effort by the Minnesota Vixen. Vixen are going to go ahead and go for two. Kelly in the shotgun, Haas to her left, handling. Oh, it's going to pass too. Pass was batted up and hit at the line, so the conversion is no good.
Pass batted away by number 14, Allison Adams.
But that score was a dagger in the hearts of the Storm fans, as it's now once again a 20-point game with 12:38 left in the ball game.
Yep, and the Storm are going to need a miracle to get back in this game, I'd have to say.
They have the playmakers to do it, but it's been tough uphill running for the hometown Storm here today.
Looks like Maddie Birdie back to receive the kickoff, along with number 28, Alyssa Williams, and number 86, Amber Marcucci. Kick is up.
Marcucci fields it, picks it up, tries to find a crease, finds a little hole, and reaches for the 44. She would have caught that ball cleanly. I think she would be still running.
Yeah, she made a nice cut there, found a nice little hole, and was able to get herself a couple extra yards.
Looks like we have a flag on the play right about where it ended.
A late flag as well.
Officials still trying to decide what the call is going to be on the field. It's going to be an illegal block in the back against the Storm.
Yeah, that's a tough break for the Storm. That is their 5th penalty of the game.
Those penalties are just hurting the Storm's efforts here. Etchin and Felker in the backfield for the Storm. Etchin's going to receive the snap. Hands it off to Felker off the left-hand side. If she can find the corner. But is tackled about a half a yard past the original line of scrimmage.
And we have another Vixen down on the field. Well, folks, I've got to say, it's been tough sledding for the Storm tonight. But for the Vixen, even with all their injuries, they have been on fire.
Coming across the country to go ahead and go to somebody else's stadium and put up 26 points against a stout Storm team, they should be very proud of that.
Well, and the Storm should be proud of the effort that they've put up themselves. I mean, this Minnesota team is no joke. You know, when you make it to the national championship at the pro level, you know that you're something else. So
yeah, they definitely can hold their heads held high. We mentioned earlier that the Vixen had put up 90 points in their previous 2 games.
Right.
And the Storm have held them to 26.
Well, I'm hoping that the Storm get Jasmine Plummer back next week, because that is going to be a huge factor in that game as well, as it has been in this.
We'll go ahead and start our second down here. Runner off the right-hand side, that's going to be Colangelo. Finds a little space and trucks over the defender.
And it looked like she had enough for the first down there.
Colangelo with some fierce running. Relentless.
And it was runs like that that made her the championship MVP last season.
Etchen back in the game. She's going to go ahead and call out our play. But our greatest enemy here is the clock with 11:40 left in the ball game. Etchen in the shotgun with Felker to her left. Hands it off to 64. Lowry off the left-hand side. Lowers a shoulder. Gets out of bounds. Looks like another first down.
And Reese Lowry with a beautiful truck. And then a couple extra yards after that to get the first down.
That fierce Storm running game is really starting to work as they've been just pounding the Vixen all game long. It's a shame they don't have more points to show for it.
Well, I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch here. 11, 15, 14 left still in this quarter. And the Storm are on the move.
Etchen in the shotgun. Handoff is to Felker up the middle. And another fierce run by the Storm past the 40.
And some nice misdirection there. We had Colangelo come in motion before the ball was handed off to Felker. And I think that might have given Jessie the hole that she needed to get up through there.
The Storm offense is definitely firing correctly here in the fourth.
Number 85, Kaylin York checks out as number 64, Reese Lowry checks back into the game. Number 18, Sarah Colangelo also checking out.
Mo Etchen serving the field in the shotgun. Hands it off to Felker, running off the right-hand side, up the middle. Looks like it's going to be good for another first down.
And the Storm just need to keep hammering that run.
Yeah, the Vixen don't have an answer for that fierce run game at the moment.
At least not here in the fourth quarter so far.
Mo Etchen checking back in with the play.
She was conferring over there with Coach Adam Barrett. I wonder if they're going to throw here.
Etchen's in the shotgun with Felker to her left. Pass is complete to number 40, Atkinson, right at the 30.
Stephanie Atkinson with a nice catch there. And she checks out of the game, and Amber Marcucci checks back in. Mo Etchen staying in the game.
Mo Etchen in the shotgun with Felker to her right. Felker switching to the left. Felker up the middle. Solid run to about the 21, but there is a flag right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be holding against the Storm.
And it looked like J.J. Sanchez's helmet came off, so she had to check out of the game. Number 64 and number 1, Reese Lowry and Jessie Felker check out as Cassie Macias-Hicks checks back into the game.
Mo Etchen and Macias-Hicks in the backfield for the Storm. Colangelo off the left-hand side with a blocker. And some fierce running. And some fierce running. Are they going to call it down or a touchdown?
What a beautiful run there by Colangelo.
Can they just give her a touchdown?
If they can keep their composure and get themselves back in this game, I think we'll be okay.
They definitely have a chance here.
Sorry for those technical difficulties there, folks. If you are just joining us back, the Storm scored the touchdown and the extra 2 points. So the score is now 26-14.
And with 8:11 left in this game, it's still a ball game. No one should feel comfortable with this lead.
Amber Marcucci out to kick off the ball.
Samantha Barber is back for the Vixen. And the Vixen want to get that ball in her hands because she can run.
It looks like they're having a little trouble with the wind down there on the field, knocking the ball off. I wonder if they'll need a holder. And it looks like they will. Cassie Macias-Hicks will be the holder.
And a good kick.
Beautiful kick all the way back to the end zone.
And the officiating crew are going to call it a touchback. But a beautiful kickoff by the Storm. Special teams and their offense are definitely firing. They need their defense to put a big stop for them, though.
And I think the ball's going to be spotted here at the 25-yard line, as it is in the NFL. We don't see too many touchbacks here in the WFA, so...
Kelly and Haas in the backfield for the Vixen.
This is a critical possession here.
Haas takes the handoff off the right-hand side.
And she is met violently down there by number 40, Stephanie Atkinson.
That was a great track down by Atkinson there in the backfield. I know the Vixen are going to try to take some time off the clock here to try to preserve that lead, but the Storm aren't going to make it easy for them.
And when you're down by 12 points, each snap is critical.
Kelly and Haas once again in the backfield for the Vixen. Haas with the hand up the middle, turning to the right. Breaks the tackle, but is met by the Storm defense.
And there was a swarm of defenders there.
Big third down here for both sides.
And you can tell this crowd is fired up as they see some hope here for the Storm.
Kelly with the snap, drops back, looking to pass, rolls to her right, throws deep downfield for Barber. Well covered by the Storm, is going to be incomplete.
And Barber's still down on the field. She is not getting up.
We're going to have an injury timeout here on the field for Barber.
Folks, we're going to head to commercial. We'll be right back.
Remember going to the fair as a child? Well, Brights Delights Food Truck is here to fill some of your fair food cravings. We're bringing back all those great memories. From hand-dipped corn dogs to our fresh-cut curly fries, yummy carnival-style funnel cakes, fresh squeezed lemon crunch, even those famous deep-fried Oreos, and so much more. Find us in the Reno and North Valleys area or follow us on Facebook so we can take you back to childhood.
All City Lawn and Landscaping and All About Cleaning Services offers landscaping and cleaning services. New installation, sod, rock, DG, irrigation, trees, plants, retainer walls, and pavers. Commercial and residential cleanings, business offices, warehouses, deep cleanings, and move-outs. Call us today for your free estimate at All City Lawn, 775-720-8794, and All About Cleaning, 775-799-0949, licensed, bonded, and assured.
Like we said, it's a chilly, windy night here in Reno.
And I wonder, are we going to see more passes to Marcucci down the field today?
Barber helped to her feet by the training staff there over on the far side for the Vixen.
And that's the second key player for the Vixen to go down, and I have lost count of the injuries tonight.
I have as well, but the passing game goes through Samantha Barber.
Oh, 100%. I couldn't agree more. And it looks like they're really going to have to rely on Jackie Radford if they want to pass the ball at this point.
And I believe for the first time tonight here, Vixen is the Minnesota Vixen are in a punt formation. Felker is going to be back trying to receive the punt for the Storm.
Well, Jesse Felker has one return this season for only 1 yard. So we will see what happens here. See if maybe she can get them some good field position. We have not had an opportunity to see their game tonight. And you can actually see us up here in the booth. Give them a wave.
All right, we have our 4th and 5. See if the Vixen are indeed going to punt or if they have some tricky area on their... It's got a short punt. Looks like it's going to go out of bounds right around midfield. That was not the way the Vixen drew up that play.
I can't imagine that it was. That was only about a 30-yard punt there.
And that's another sign that the Storm have a chance in this ball game with 6:18 left in the game.
Yeah, excellent field position here. It's like they're going to spot the ball at about the Vixen 42-yard line.
Mo Etchen and Jesse Felker check into the offense for the Storm. And as we mentioned ago, Felker's been a huge part of this second half offensive resurgence here. Mo Etchen in the shotgun. Ball looked like it was going to Felker, but hands off to
Mary Shoemaker, number 24. We haven't called her name too many times tonight.
But she had a good little couple-yard run there.
Mary Shoemaker actually had an interception in last week's game against the Blaze. So we're mostly used to seeing her on defense, it looks like.
Felker and Etchen once again in the backfield in our shotgun formation, in tight to the line of scrimmage. Wing T to the right. Colangelo off the right-hand side, lowering the shoulder again. Pushed out of bounds, it looks like the 33.
And I love to see them bring Colangelo in motion like that, because you know when she gets the ball in her hand that she's going to be running violently.
And I think that scares the defense because they're not quite sure who's it's going to.
Right. Well, when you have that many offensive weapons on the ground, it's got to be tough. And I think that is how the Storm push their run game so hard. They have so many different playmakers on the ground.
And maybe that motion was a little bit early, or she was not set, or possibly two people in motion, but that's going to be an illegal shift against the Storm there. Those penalties are not doing the Storm any favors tonight. Etchen and Felker once again in the backfield. Etchen in her shotgun spot. Low snap, but she feels it, throws it for a beautiful pass over the middle, caught by number 14, Adams.
What a catch by Allie Adams. Mo Etchen made a beautiful pass, hit her in stride. That was exactly what they needed after that penalty. Penalties have really hurt the Storm tonight, 6 for 35. But after a play like that, I'll take it.
Storm are approaching the red zone here. Etchen in the shotgun. Colangelo off the right-hand side is going to turn the corner and pushed out of bounds right around the 15. I think the defense were happy there that she didn't have a chance to lower the shoulder again.
Oh, I bet they were. They went high and low on her on that one. Tackles made by number 40 and 37 on the defense. Neither of which numbers I have here on my rosters.
We have a little under 5 minutes left in our ball game. It's just past 4:19 here in the fourth. Etchen in the shotgun, Felker to her left, knocking on the door. And Felker on the keeper up the middle, a little misdirection. She could break it in. And that's a touchdown for the Storm.
And the Storm, with 4:02 left in the game, have closed the gap to a 1-point game. Folks, this is getting exciting.
And it looks like the coach is signaling that they're going to go for one.
Are they going to kick the ball here? We don't often see this here in the WFA, folks, so you are in for a treat. No, it looks like number 24, Mary Shoemaker.
Holding is number 2, Lane Cooper. Snap is good, and the kick is no good, blocked at the line. It was a low kick.
And recovered by Mary Shoemaker. Well, that was a tough sledding there. The Vixen really got in that backfield quick. So.
But here we have 4 minutes left. We have a ball game.
And folks, okay.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
I don't want to grow up. I'm basically a man-child. 2005 Burning Man, I put a single Mitsubishi 170-watt panel on the roof of my F-250, and I killed the batteries within like 15 minutes of the first time turning them on. So that's when I first got into solar. I was blown away by the customer service at Battleborn.
We want them to be happy with our product because in the long run, they're the ones who are out there using it.
When you used to buy something American, like a car, something you knew was built really well, that's what I think of with Battleborn.
All right, folks, and we are back. When the Storm last hit their last touchdown, there was 8:11 left in the game. There is now 4:01 left in the game. So let's see if they can get the ball back here.
Jackie Redford back for the Vixen. She's going to pick up the ball about the 28, hit to the right where she's met fiercely by number 9, Courtney Breeden. Pressure number 5, Rihanna Mitchell. A great special team stop.
And a nice kick as well by Amber Marcucci. It looks like she's kicking into the wind. Or,
So we have another
with the wind.
Looks like we have another injured player there on the far side of the field.
And the Vixen have taken a beating tonight. Regardless of the score, they have taken a beating. And that is number 81, Jackie Radford, that is being helped off the field now. Excuse me, she's walking off under her own power.
But that means that the 2 main receivers for the Vixen have just left the field with injury. So we have Kelly and Haas in the backfield. Haas is going to run it up the middle, makes a cut, but is stopped right at the original line of game.
It looked like that stop was made by number 40, Stephanie Atkinson.
Looks like we're going to have an injured player again on the far side of the field. Not sure if it's a Storm player or a Vixen player yet, but that's going to make it an injury timeout with 3:40 left in the ball game.
And it looks like it's a Vixen player.
So while we have this break here, we're going to go ahead and catch you up with some scores from around the league here.
So some final scores here. The Dallas Elite lost to the Arlington Impact 34-7. The Tampa Bay Inferno beat the Orlando Anarchy 42-20. And we'll get back to these right after this.
Haas and Kelly in the backfield. Griffin in the backfield. And Griffin does some hard running past the 40 to the 41. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 5 as the clock still ticks just above 3:10 left in the ball game.
Well, your WFA Pro Division champion, Boston Renegades, beat the Detroit Venom earlier today, and that does not surprise me at all. They won by a score of 49-0. Pretty typical for your WFA Pro Division champions.
They are an impressive ball club for sure. Kelly in the backfield, Griffin to her left. Number 7 in motion. And Kelly's going to keep it off the left-hand side. Storm are going to try to keep her from getting to the first down, and they do.
And she looks like she's just about a yard short.
Kelly is looking like she hit her head pretty hard on that way down.
But a great stop by Sarah Colangelo. So 4th and 1 here.
We got a timeout as each team needs to pick up the perfect offensive or perfect defensive play. This is quite a game this turned into be.
Wave to the folks down there. Hello.
Thank you again for joining us on this chilly night here at Foster Field. Watching the hometown Storm battle back against the
Minnesota Vixen. In what has been an incredible game, really, in this second half.
This has been an amazing second half if you're a Storm fan. If you're a Vixen fan, I'm not sure if you would agree, but this has been a ball game, and we have really enjoyed it.
Well, and the Storm aren't out of the hot water yet. They still have some time left on the clock, 2:23, but they need to get a stop here and then get a score on the other end. So let's see what happens. And it looks like Minnesota's going to go for it here.
Kelly and Griffin in the backfield. Griffin takes the snap and is bottled up.
They stuff her at the line.
What a stop by the Storm. And the sidelines are pumping up that crowd.
Hey, 2:12 here left in the fourth quarter.
The officials must have not thought she got out of bounds as the clock continues to run. Felker's going to be in the shotgun. Keeping it off the left-hand side. Turning, dragging the defenders with her. And that's going to be a first down for the Storm. The clock continues to wind with less than 2 minutes here.
And folks, if you're just joining us back, I know we went offline there for a minute. If you're just joining us back, the Storm are making some impressive drives here. Chelsea Felker with 2 big runs to put the Storm into the Vixen red zone.
Looks like the Vixen need a timeout to think things over, to get their defense in order on this critical defensive possession for the Vixen, which have seen their lead dwindle here in the second half.
Well, you are not the only one that's on the edge of your seat. I will tell you that. I can't sit still here. Well, folks, I mean, what a game this has been. Really a nail-biter coming down to the last minute 30.
If you had checked in about 2 hours ago, I don't know if you would have believed that this is the game we were in. The Vixen were up 20-0 at the half, and it looked like they could not be stopped.
Well, the Storm have stopped them. Their defense has come out, their offense has come out, and I don't know what Coach Chris Garza said to them at halftime, but it sure worked.
He needs to bottle that up and sell it as motivation, because that was amazing stuff right there. Storm have their play, and they're going to go ahead and take the field right at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, Felker in the shotgun. Oh, but another penalty. It's going to be false start against the Storm.
Had 7 penalties for 40 yards tonight for the Storm.
Storm are going to try to get reset here. Felker in the shotgun. Running to the right. Finding a crease. Touchdown Storm.
And Alyssa Williams with the touchdown. The Storm have the opportunity to take the lead here.
What an amazing run and offensive effort here by the Storm.
Wow, she had amazing blocks, had a beautiful hole, and she took it to the house.
That was a great burst of speed right there. Looks like they're going to go ahead and try for one again. The fans are on their feet here at Foster Field. Down 20-0, and now it's tied 26-26. Oh, and it looks like they're going for two here. Felker receives it, runs up the middle, and pushes through for a two-point play.
And the Nevada Storm have taken the lead over the Minnesota Vixen, 28-26, with a minute 24 left in the game. Folks, if you thought this game was over, you were very wrong. It is very much alive.
Unbelievable. What a second half effort by the Storm.
And we have an injured Storm player down there on the field. And while they tend to her, let's get some stats here. Jessie Felker with 3 touchdowns tonight, and Alyssa William with 1 to bring it back. What a game.
And I think we owe the Storm offensive line quite the shutout, since their running game has truly come alive here in the second half. That's not possible without a good offensive line firing in all cylinders.
No kidding. They have open holes on all sides tonight, especially in this fourth quarter. It's interesting to see how the game has developed. I mean, we're off to such a slow start. It was almost feeling hopeless, and they flipped the whole game around. I mean, they've made stops on defense, made stops on offense. It's been awesome.
And that's why, once again, this Nevada Storm is in the pro division after winning the last 2 championships in their previous divisions, because they are showing what pro football is all about.
Well, and I'll tell you, these are 2 of the best teams in the WFA, folks. These 100% 2 of the best teams. I would say I would put them right up there with the Boston Renegades. As you can see, Coach Chris Garza down there talking to his players as they're getting ready to kick off here. I'm not sure what he's telling them specifically, but he looks like he's game planning for this kickoff, which is going to be very important. They're going to have to get a stop here.
And if you are the Vixen, what is that coach telling his players?
And it looks like the injured player is being helped up here. Oh, and it's number 21, JJ Sanchez. She is a huge part of their offensive line. If this is a serious injury, that's going to be a big hit on both sides of the ball.
She's been making plays on the offensive and the defensive side of the ball all game long.
And I can't see her going back in the game. She looked like she was helped off.
Looked like a lower leg injury for sure. But Ambra Marcucci is setting up to kick off for the Storm.
And you see Cassie Macias out there to hold the ball, as it is still pretty windy out here. And you can hear the folks cheering on JJ Sanchez as she's carried back to the bench by her coaches. And I'll tell you, she is a trooper.
And here we go, folks. Storm kicks it away. Another good kick.
And the
snap is fumbled. Did the Storm jump on it? And they did.
And a muffed kickoff. And another recovery by number 20, Maddie Birdie.
The special teams for the Storm just saved the game for them.
And that is the second time that Maddie Birdie has recovered the ball to get the ball back for the Storm. And it looks like if the Storm can run the clock down here, that is going to be the game, folks. What an incredible, incredible turn of events.
What a comeback for the Storm. They have to be so happy with the grit and tenacity that they showed, being, again, down 0-20 at half, and now looking like they have a 2-point victory. Mo Etchen there in the game at quarterback for the Storm. Will they run a play, or will they just try to take a knee?
If I were them, I feel like they've suffered enough injuries on both sides. Both teams have suffered enough injuries. I would take the knee. Let's see what they do here.
Etchen in the shotgun, hands it up to number 1, Felker. Met immediately by number 74.
And she was not going to go down.
Timeout on the field.
And that must be why they're not taking a knee here. We do not have the ability to see how many timeouts each team has. Oh, okay, there we go on the other scoreboard there. So each team is still left with 1 timeout.
What a stout defensive play by the Vixen, showing a lot of heart. Down by 2 points here late in the 4th.
And what tough play by the rookie Madison Birdie tonight.
Oh, that was sensational special teams play by Birdie. Moetchin in the shotgun, Felker to her left. Felker receiving the handoff, running to the right, turning it upfield, cutting, finding a lane, trying to stay in bounds.
And stiff arms number 15, Crystal Nunez, to the ground.
It's going to be a gain of 7, and that's going to be the final timeout of the Vixen.
And that's just tough football right there, folks. Tough downhill football.
What a game, folks. What a game.
I mean, really incredible. I feel so blessed that we get to sit up here and watch these. Every time I get to watch a Storm game, I think about it all day. I get so excited.
You just never know how they're going to surprise you, and they just keep you hanging on. And wow, was it for the fans that stayed around, which looks to be pretty much everybody. Fans are still on their feet, still in attendance. Packed home stands here at Foster Field for the Storm, and they're going to be rewarded with a possible victory in less than a minute.
Well, and way to overcome adversity. I mean, they were down 20-0 going into the half. I mean, how demoralizing is that? And it didn't even faze them. They came out after halftime ready to go, making plays.
And in all phases of the game, offense, defense, special teams, everybody stepped up. A true great team win here today. Offensive line, defensive line, everybody was getting the job done in this half. Etchen waiting for the shotgun snap, keeping it, running to the right, swarmed and tackled right around the 33 for a loss.
On a high snap, I was surprised that she actually caught that. It looked like it was right on the tips of her fingers. 28-26, we got 36 left in the game. The Vixen have no more timeouts, and so the Storm are just going to keep running the clock down here. They have all the time in the world.
Looks like they're going to have to run one more play, though. There's a little confusion on the clock and why it hasn't started.
And now the clock is down to 0, and they are trying to fix that. It says 46 seconds, but we saw it run down to 22. I wonder what the call here is going to be.
Officials are conferring.
And it looks like it's going to stay at 46 seconds here. And the Storm are on 4th down. So we will have to see. Remember, even if the Vixen do get the ball back, they are down their 2 top receivers and their number 1 running back.
It's going to be 4th and 9 for the Storm. Officials are still in the huddle. I think there was a little confusion about the clock there. Play is now getting sent in to Felker.
And we're looking at about 4th and 9 right now.
I think the Storm are trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
And it is running. We're looking at about 19 seconds.
I think
they have to run a play here.
I think they'll be happy to take a delay of game here and just let the clock run down until...
I can't imagine that they would do anything else here.
And with 4 seconds left, they call their final timeout for the Storm. What an ending here at Foster Field. Unbelievable.
Truly an incredible game. I mean, if you were able to watch this game or be here in person, I mean, what a blessing.
Well, at the beginning of the game, we said we needed our stars to really come up and show us something here to have a game, and boy, did they ever for the Storm.
Oh, no kidding. Jesse Felker, Sarah Colangelo, and even a surprise rookie, Maddie Birdie out there. I mean, Alyssa Williams with her game, I mean, that's the game-winning touchdown right there, and even Jesse Felker to finish it off. So,
an impressive game here for the Storm. I don't think that they enjoyed the first half as much as the second half, but it's been an exciting game for us to watch here.
Oh, no kidding. No kidding. I have to give props to their defense for holding the Vixen to only 6 points in the second half of the game after forfeiting 20 in the first half.
An impressive rising up to the occasion.
And I mean, if I had to pick an MVP for this game, I'd have to say it's Sarah Colangelo.
She has had some of the most emotionally charged runs. And it looks like they're okay with letting Felker just run around until their zeros are sounded. She's going to have to get tackled before the game is over.
Looks like they're going to try to strip the ball, but she's not going to let them.
And the referee blows the whistle dead, and that is your ball game.
Wow, plenty of reason to celebrate here tonight, folks, as the Nevada Storm have overcome a 20-point deficit to beat the Minnesota Vixen 28-26. What a game. We really just cannot say enough about these women and the tenacity.
The heart, absolutely.
Really unbelievable.
Just a never say die attitude.
What more could you ask for from a team? Really, what more could you ask for? And then you can see there, folks, the Nevada Storm are now 2-0, and they handed the Minnesota Vixen their very first loss of the 2022 season. And the Nevada Storm, in case you didn't know, have not lost a game since 2019, folks. Since the Cali War, who they will be playing next week, by the way, handed them their last victory. The Nevada Storm beat the Cali War last season in a comeback victory, but Cali has also upped their game a little bit and added some extra players, so they'll be a team to watch out for.
And that's officially the ball game as our two teams head towards the center to shake hands. And you know what? Both teams should be happy with how they played today. The Vixen might not have been the way they drew it up, but they had a great first half. I think injuries just got the best of them.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, but you know, it was a great game overall. Folks, do not forget to check us out on the 21st as the Nevada Storm take on the Cali War. We apologize for our technical difficulties during our broadcast, but we thank you for joining us, and we thank you for sticking with us. We can't wait for our next game, and shout out to CSTV and Todd Miller Productions, as well as the Nevada Storm and the Minnesota Vixen. We also want to give a big shout out to Dream Pilot Films for their help with our broadcast today. And we will see you on the 21st.
Woo! That was a game.
The following is a presentation of the Women's Football Alliance.
Do they normally get together on